Good evening, students. So, in this video, we are going to see about how you can prepare your review slides for your final year project work. So, as per our guidelines, we should have minimum of 20 slides for your final presentation, and the flow will be like this. So, initially, we should follow the same font name and font size, that is Times New Roman, and font size will be 14 throughout all the slides. So that is mandatory. And you can start with the title slide. So in the title slide, the title of the project that you have completed at the center, and name of the student and your register number. So you can make this presented by and your name and your register number. And in the left side, you can add your guide name with proper designation. You should add your guide name, Mr. or Doctor, with the initial and with the proper designation. That means assistant professor, triple E, or associate professor, triple E, like that. Okay. And each and every slide should have slide number and date. That is mandatory. Okay, so you can insert the slide number and date from the insert tab available in PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Now, next is abstract. In that abstract, you should discuss about these 5 points. It should have at least 5 points as bulletin points. So no need to do not copy paste any content from your waste paper or something else. So that is not the way to present your work. So it should be given as much as simple, but you should speak out from your mouth clearly about that point. So the abstract should start with a general discussion about the work. It's about 2 points, overall general points about the work you have chosen. And next is specific details about the proposed work. So particularly you have done in that domain. This is for the overall domain. These 2 points for overall domain and the necessity of that work. And second point is next 2 points will be the specific details of the proposed work. What the particular work you have done in that domain. And next 2 point will be tools or software used for the proposed work. You have identified some problem in this point and how you can solve that problem. Okay, so the methodology to solve that problem is mentioned in this point. And next 2 points will be the results what you have obtained. You should have some small discussion about the result and next 2 points. And finally, the impact of the result, how the results help the society or the audience. It should be given as 2 points. So your abstract should be written in this flow. So these 5 points is important to write the abstract. In abstract, you should not copy paste the content from somewhere else. You should not only in abstract, in all your presentation, you should not copy paste the content. You just give give us a bulletin or some crisp points, and you should enhance the content beyond the points. Okay. And the next slide will be introduction. So in this introduction section, you should explain about the proposed work. So you have chosen some particular method to solve the problem, or particular problem has been identified from the industry. Okay, so you should discuss about that particular thing. As more or less 5 points should be there in a single slide. In introduction also, you do not copy paste any large sentences. You should present this as a simple words. And the fourth one is literature review or literature survey. In this slide, uh, in this topic, you can make three or four recent literatures. Okay, so the literature review should have minimum of three base papers as three different slides. So literature review in that slide, in single page, you can make one paper. You can read that paper. You can find out some findings about the paper. You can make a tabular column, much better. That is much better in a tabular column. Serial number and author name. Write down the author name from that paper and the title of the paper and other publication details you can add. And finally, findings in the tab findings, you should tell about the paper. What the work have carried out in that paper should be given as a given in the tab findings under the tab findings. Okay, in that how you can assess the findings means in a literature review or in a base paper, the work have done or carried out in that paper is given in conclusion of that paper. So from the conclusion of the particular paper, you can extract the overall work done or the findings you can write out from there. So minimum of three slides from this literature review topic. Okay. So and there is some format to write the literature review, author name, okay, title of the paper, then journal name, this volume number, issue number, and page number, and finally year of publication. This is the common template or common format to okay. This is the common template. Yeah. So by following this uh, template, you can mention or uh, inscript your literature review. Okay, and there should be 2 points about the description. You can make it as a tabular column or like this paper name and a description about the paper and what will the finding you can find out what the work they have done, what the work they have not attempted. So these points coming under uh, this literature review. Literature review can be uh, denoted in a tabular column, presented in a tabular column, or like this paper name and all, and a description about that paper, what the work have carried out in that work, and what are all the possibilities or drawbacks available in that paper is also can be mentioned as findings. Okay, and minimum of three slides: literature review 1, literature review 2, and literature review 3. Okay, and next one is gap identified. So what it means, what are the possibilities available for performing project work or research work in that particular domain is given here. Okay, should be given here. It minimum of 4 to 5 points. What are the possibilities available to do research in that particular area? How you can find out means you have analyzed more than 3 or 10 papers, no problem. Lot of papers you have studied, and you can come to a conclusion that these works are done already. Okay, no problem. And these works has not been attempted by anyone. So what are that works has not been have not been attempted by anyone is given here. That is the possibilities for enhancement or possibilities for future research is can be given here. Okay, and most importantly, these should be the points that you have may not or may do or may not do in your project work. So you can give 4 to 5 points here. No need to attempt all that 5 point in your proposed project. You can attempt any one point or any one concept from the findings, or that means the research gaps, and you can carry out that simple work in your proposed work. Okay, so no need to attempt all the work, or here you can give 5 works, 5 possibilities, or 5 research gaps for future enhancement. You no need to attempt all the points in your proposed work. You can attempt any one single point from that research gaps. Okay, and next one is objective of the proposed work. Okay, so this is the most important uh, slide in your overall presentation. Objective of the work, so what you are going to do or what you have done in that work. So stepwise point to define the aim of the project until the results you should give. So what is the domain, what is the problem, how you can solve that problem, what the results you have obtained. Okay, so these should be the objectives. So this is almost similar to the abstract of the work, but abstract is some general discussion about general points. But in this objective of this proposed work, you should concentrate on the particular problem. You have chosen some specific problem. So you should not go wide. You should go deep in that particular problem. That gives here. Okay? And block diagram of the proposed work. So in this area, you should give clear block diagram to explain the proposed work. It may be block diagram or circuit diagram. Okay, so you should explain each and every blocks in that block diagram, and you should explain the flow of the work from where you start and what will be the conclusion point. So that is very important. You have drawn some flow chart means this is a flow, right? So you should start start from the initial point and you should conclude with the final point. Okay, so topic number 6 and 7 are the most important points that is expected from the reviewer during your final presentation. So the heart of your project is here, number 6 and 7. You should very clear about the proposed objective of the proposed work, and you should very clear about the working principle, that is the block diagram of the proposed work. You should explain clearly. Okay, and next one is software used. So some of the students have implemented your project in Arduino, Proteus, MATLAB. Okay, so you should explain about the software, what are the tools used, how you can use it, what are the types of subplots you have used. So these things should be here. For industry project, this will not be here. Okay, so a lot of the students have implemented your project in industries. So you need that encrypt this software used in your presentation. Okay, and hardware results or experimental result. So what are the list of components to build the hardware setup? You should explain what are the, you can make a table or some bulletin points, no problem. And name of the processor involved. It's a Arduino, Nano, or some microprocessor or Intel processor. And you should explain about how it is useful compared with some previous processor, how this proposed processor is better. These points you should include. Okay, and this is most important. The image of the hardware setup with a clear component name marking. So you just put the title hardware result and take a photo and upload it. That is not acceptable. You should mark all the name of the component. This is battery. This is transformer. Make arrow mark, and this is, I don't know, make arrow mark. This is controller. relay, sensor, what type of sensor you may use. Okay, so this hardware setup should with a proper component name marking and comparison of hardware results and simulation results. You have obtained some simulation results here, and you can get some hardware results here. You should compare both the results. So, for a system, for a model system, the results should be same. Plus or minus 5% is deviation, 5% of deviation is acceptable. But almost hardware results and simulation results are same. You should achieve that. Okay. For the people from the interns from industries, they should explain this content how no need for software and all, but hardware results are testing results. Here, testing results. Okay, what are the component you have analyzed it? What's the problem occurred in that component? How you can rectify that error, and those things coming under this ninth topic. Okay, hardware experimental result or testing results. This is particularly for interns from the industries. Okay, and next one is the results and discussion. Okay, so in this problem, in this slide, the problem or gap identified at the initial stage. What is the problem? You should write that problem in 2 points. 2 points means you no need to copy paste. You should give the some bulletins and give some crisp titles or crisp points. Okay, and a detailed description about the obtained results, how you can obtain the results and what will be the analysis on the results or the results you have obtained, and you should explain after making some testing. I have obtained these much results by comparing to the previous during the fault condition. This much results is available, but after clearing the fault, the efficiency has improved. Depending upon your project, that is the attained result of that problem is explained here. Okay, and finally, the impact of the obtained results in the proposed field. Okay, after clearing or after obtaining the results, how it will be helpful to the society or that industry or people. Okay, that is explained in single point. Okay, the impact of the obtained results. And the next slide is the conclusion slide. So this is almost similar to abstract. In abstract or objective, what we have done, what we are going to do. And in conclusion, you should explain what the work you have done. Okay, so objective of the work is almost similar to conclusion. So for that, you should not copy paste from that objective and copy from that objective and paste here. That is not acceptable. You should write. You should write your conclusion using the same methodology, but the words should be different. So no need to copy paste. Do not allow to copy paste. Okay, and the step-by-step methodology that has been carried out during the entire project need to be explained each and every stage. How you can select your problem, what is the methodology to solve the problem, what is the results you have obtained, okay, and the impact of the results in minimum of 5 points. And next is references. Minimum 5 references should be enclosed with the proper format. This is the format. Author name, hyphen in a single apostrophe, there is a title, journal, journal name, volume number, issue number, PP means page number, and finally year. The same format you should enclose the results, and the papers should be from some standard journals. IEEE, Science Direct, Springer, lot of standard journals are there. Okay, and you can include some web pages. Lot of web pages are there. A lot of articles are web articles are there, a lot of books are there. So what you have referred, you can include under the topic references. Okay, and queries. Queries. You just make a slide. Queries. It's a time for asking questions. Okay, and finally, thank you slide. Okay, so this is some common or very basic flow to make a PowerPoint presentation of your project work. Okay, so all of you make minimum of 15 to 20 slides according to the format given here, and you can submit to me and I will make some correction for you. Okay.